This is lesson 5.5, Understand Division with Two-Digit Divisors. It is found on pages 229 through 232 in your workbook. So my son has informed me that he wants to clean mirrors when he grows up. Yeah, clean mirrors. He just told me, Dad, it's something I can see myself doing. Moving along from that, whether you get it or not. So our learning target in this lesson is going to be to use models to find quotients with two-digit divisors, and hopefully you can do it on your own by the end of the lesson. Alright, so in our look back, it wants us to use base 10 blocks to model each number and make quick sketches of your models. So I'm going to use my 10s, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then my 1s, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I've got 45 there. Then I'm going to use 100, and then 3 10s, and then 2 1s. 132 there. Right, and our look ahead, we're going to divide your sketches into equal groups to find the quotients. Use the groups to help you solve. So here's what I can do on my 45 divided by 15. I'm going to do 2 at first in each one. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30. How many do I have left? I have 15 left. I can just put 1 in each one of these because there's 15 of them. I have 15 left. So how many is going to be in each one? 3. 3 is going to be in each one. See how we're using models to do that? So on this next one, I'm going to start by using 10s. So I'm going to say 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110. So 110 from 32, I'm going to have 22 left. Well, I'm going to put 2 in each one, see what happens. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22. So when we have 15 groups, because there's 15 of these total, we're going to have 3 in each group. When we put them in 11 groups, there's going to be 12 in each group, right? 12 in each of these, 3 in each of these. And that's what we're doing when we're dividing, putting them into groups and seeing how many are in each group. Alright, so understand division with two-digit divisors. So 98 passengers are divided equally among water taxis. Each taxi holds 14 passengers. How many water taxis are there? So 98 divided by 14. So what they've done is thought 98 divided by what is 14. So they decided, well, we can put 14 into this many groups. They kept putting it into groups of 14 and found out that they can put it into 7 groups of 14. So 98 divided by 14, 7 water taxis. So let's do some in-class practice. So in number 1 and number 2, it wants us to write the division equation shown by the model. Well, how many groups do we have here? 4, so it wants us to put it in groups of 4. And how many are in each group? Well, there's 10, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4. 24 are in each group. How many are we dividing? Well, that's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 84, 88, 92, 96. So it's saying 96, when put in 4 groups, you're going to have 24. Alright, using that same logic, I want you to do number 2. Solve number 2 and we'll go over it. Alright, so how many groups? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 groups. How many in each group? Well, we get 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 in each group. So we get 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75. So 75 divided by 5 is 15. Alright, so let's go to some problems now that ask us to find a quotient. So if we're using the model, it wants to know how many groups of 16 can we take out of 64. So let's use that model. We get 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, right? So groups of 16. That's one group. Well, I got 16, 26, because I put a 10, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. And then 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48. Then we got 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64. So how many groups we got? We got 4 groups. Alright, so using this model, I want you to solve number 4. See how many groups of 12 can be in 96. Okay, so got 1, 2, 3, 4. That makes 48. 5, 6, 7. We got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 72, 74, 76, 78, 80, 82, 84. We can put one more. It'll make 96. So that is 8 groups. Alrighty, solve number 5 with that same model. Go ahead and do that and we'll go over it. Alright, so this time I'm putting 14 in each group. And 14, what do we have so far? 10, 20, 30, 40, 44, 48, 52, 56. Well, I can do some more. That's 66, 67, 68, 69, 70. And then we got 80, 81, 82, 83, 84. How many groups we got there? We've got 6. All right. Number 6. Go ahead and do that one with the model as well. So we're going to have 19 in each one. So that's 20, 29, 38, 48, 48 plus 9, we got 57, 67, plus 9 is 76, 86 plus 9 is 95. So how many groups do we have? 5. Alright, so these next two, 7 and 8, we can use powers of 10, right? We can do 15 divided by 15 is 1 with 1 0. 13 divided by 13 is 1 with 1 0. Right? So on some of them, when it gives us some obvious strategies to use, let's use those strategies that are easier to use and more efficient. Alright, so let's move on to comparing using less than, greater than, or equal to. Now we've done this before, haven't we? Where we say when we've got the same number, right, when we put it in groups of 12, there's going to be more if we put them in groups of 11, because there's going to be more groups when you put them in groups of less numbers. So more groups would be here. Alright, go ahead and solve number 10 and we'll go over it. So again, we've got less groups or less groupings on this one, so there's going to be more of them. All right. Number 11, go ahead and solve that one. So again, the one with the smaller number in the groupings is going to have more groups. Well, even though this one looks a little difficult, they're using math facts on it. So 24 divided by 12 is going to be 2 with 1 0. 12 divided by 6 is going to be 2 with 1 0. So that's equal. So when it gives you the powers of 10 and the math facts, let's make sure and think about that as well. Alright, so in 13 through 15, they're wanting us to find the missing numbers. Well, on number 13, it already gave us some information on that, didn't it? Yeah, we have this information on number 6, don't we? And on number 6, what was that? 19, yeah. Alright. On number 14, we can find it if we do the opposite. Right? If we do 12 times 25, we can find this number. Go ahead and do that. Go ahead and do that and we'll go over it. So 25 times 12, we get 10, 5, drop my 0, 25, so it's going to be 0, 10, 300. 300. My goodness, my 5 there. Look at the thing on that. What was I thinking? Alright. Alright, number 15. I want to see if you can find that one. Number 15, we got a math fact going on there with a power of 10. Go ahead and see if you can find that. Alright, so we get 16 divided by something is going to be 16. Well, we know that's 1. We've got no zeros there, so it's going to be 10. Let's go ahead and end there for the day, and then tomorrow we'll start on number 16. Well, this is day 2 for lesson 5.5, Understand Division with Two-Digit Divisors. It is still found on pages 229 through 232, and today we're going to be on page 231. So does anyone know what kind of pants ghosts wear? Yeah, what kind of pants do ghosts wear? Blue jeans. Move along. So on 16, 17, and 18, they want us to find the product and write a related division equation. Here's what we're going to do. So we got 12 times 2. It's 24 with 1 0, right? So when we find that, what I want us to do is take it and do it the opposite way. So 240 divided by 20 equals 12. See how division is the opposite or the inverse of multiplication? All right, I want you to go ahead and do that on number 17, and then we'll go over it. I'll check 22 times 2 is 44 with 1 0. So we get 440 divided by 20 equals 22. All right, go ahead and do that on number 18, and then we'll go over it. All right, 35 times 40. I have 0. 4 times 5 is 20. 4 times 3 is 12, plus 2 is 4, so 1,400. So now we can have 1,400 divided by 40 equals 35. So on number 19, I want to show you another strategy that we can use. It uses powers of 10 and division. I call this the Big 7. Some teachers call it partial quotients. Some people call it the hangman because it looks like it. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do with this. So I'm going to take 12, and I'm thinking, well, 10 times 12 is 120. 20 times 12 is 240. I'm going to do 20. And 240, subtract that. 20 times 12, 240. So I've got 300. Well, can I take another 20 out of that? I sure can. I sure can. So we got 240, and we got 60. And then, well, I know that 3 times 12 is 36, right? I know that off the top of my head. 36. Oh, I need to get some more room. I'll put it over here. So 60 minus 36, we get 24. And what's 2 times 12? Yeah, 24. So I'm going to add all these up. 20, 23, and 2. What do I get? 45. 45. Now notice when I do this, when I put it over here for extra room, that I have the 12 into 60 there. See, 12 into 60. Alrighty, I want you to try that on the next 3. See how that works for you. Alright, so 18 into 720. Well, I know that 2 times 18 is 36. 360. Oh, and I can put 20 more. 360. What is that? That's 40. Boom. Alright, and then I'm going to do 15 and 525 divided by 15. So 15 and 525. Well, I know that 20 times 15 is 300. 5, 2, and 2. I know that 10 is 150. 75. Well, I know that a number ending in 5, if I multiply it by 5, it's going to end in 5, so I'm going to try that. I'm going to try 15 times 5. Try half of that. Well, I know that half of 150 is 75, so I'm just going to go ahead and put that. 75. So we got 35. Alright, and then 54 divided by 18. Not 54, but 540. Alright, so 540 divided by 18. 18. So I know that 2 times 18 is 36, so 20 times 18 is 360. 0, 8, 180. And hey, I know that 10 times 18 is 180. And I've got 30. There we go. So that's another strategy that you can use. Alright, so on number 20 and 21, they're open-ended. They want you to complete the equation using numbers greater than 2. Here's what I'm going to say. I want you to use a number between 3 and 10 to divide with. Yeah, the divisor, let it be between 3 and 10. Okay? So go ahead and do that. I'm going to give you a Jolly Rancher if you do that correctly for number 20 and number 21. Alright? So let's do number 20 and number 21, and then we'll go over it in class. Alright, you know what I did? I did the simple one. 180 divided by 10 is 18. 240 divided by 10 is 24. And there are so many other ones we can do. We can do 54 divided by 3 equals 18. And I'm going to go ahead and pause and show you the ones that you can have between 3 and 10. Alright, so those are all the equations that you can use with dividing between 3 and 10. Alrighty, well, let's connect this to real life. In our example, you use a dolly to move garden statues. Each statue weighs 50 pounds. The dolly can carry a maximum of 600 pounds. How many of the statues can you move at a time? So the maximum weight, 600. They divided the weight by the weight of each statue and got 12. So you can move 12 statues at a time, and you can check using the related multiplication equation, right? So 12 at a time, and see how she grouped them as well. And you know, if they used the division like this, we could do 10, which is 500, and then 2, which is 100, and get 12. All right, so either strategy, using the grouping models or this model, all right, I want you to solve number 22. Read and solve number 22. You use a dolly to move bird baths. Each bird bath weighs 75 pounds. The dolly can carry a maximum of 600 pounds. How many of the bird baths can you move at a time? Well, I'm going to pause this and show you what it's going to look like with the grouping model, okay? With the grouping model, I'm going to have 8 bird baths. Well, what is the other model going to look like? Well, let me show you that. So I have 75 going into 600. Well, I can't do it 10 times, can I? Can't do it 10 times. Well, I know that 2 times 75 is 150, right? Well, we got 0, 5, 450, right? So let's do that again. 2, 150, 300, 2 more, 150, we've got 150 left, and then 2 more, we got 150. So 2, 4, 6, 8, same number. So, you know, want to make sure you understand that different strategies give you the same answer. Alrighty? And this strategy could look different as well. Maybe you know, if you do 150, not 150, so goose, 600. If you do it times 2 and get 150, and then get 450, and then you're thinking, well, wait a second, if I'm double it, I'm going to get 300, right? So it can look different, but you're still going to get the same answer over here. Maybe different numbers, but the same answer, because 2 plus 4 is 6, 6 plus 2 is 8. You're still going to get 8. So these may look different when you do the partial quotients like this. You'll have different numbers over here, but the ending answer will still be the same. All right, so on number 23, I want you to use our method that looks like the hangman. It's called the partial quotients, or the big 7. Because if you use the other method, there's going to be a lot of groupings in there. So go ahead, read and solve number 23, and then we'll go over it. All right, you are covering a lawn with rectangular pieces of turf that are 16 inches wide. The area of each piece of turf is 384 square inches. What is the length of each piece of turf? So we're going to have to divide the 384 by 16. Well, I know that 2 times 16 is 32, so 20 times 16 is 320. I'm going to have 64 left. Well, I'm going to do it times 2, because I know 2 times 16 is 32 again. 32. I'm going to do it 2 more times. 32. 0. So 20 plus 2 is 24. All right. So again, your numbers here may look different, but you should still come up with 24 inches. All right. Number 24 is a bit of a challenge, but I want to see if you can step up to that challenge, and perhaps I'll even give you a Jolly Rancher if you step up to it. All right. Go ahead and read and solve number 24. All right, make sure you're going through that problem-solving method. Alrighty, you are covering a lawn with rectangular pieces of turf that are 3 by 4 feet. The lawn is rectangular, measuring 20 feet by 24 feet. How many pieces of turf do you need? Well, you've got to do 3 by 4, which is 12. You've got to do 20 by 24, which is going to be 480. And you've got to have 12 into 480. Now, I can do this two ways. I know that 4 times 12 is 48. So 40 times 12 is 480. Boom, already got it. Or maybe you think, well, I don't know that 4 times 12 is 48. But I know that 2 times 12 is 24. And 20 times 12 is 240. So I'll do 20 again. And still get 40. Well, alright, let's go over our learning target. Use models to find quotients with 2-digit divisors. Hopefully you can do that. Use those two models that we were doing. I can use models to divide numbers with 2-digit divisors, and I can find a quotient. Hopefully you can do that. And as always, I love you, so if you need some help, I'll be glad to give it to you. You just need to ask. And you peeps who are at a number 4 where you can teach someone can help those peers that need help. All right, y'all have a good one.